Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl UrbanSy, aka Syanne, and I'm back with another video. Today I have a story time for you guys on how a pedophile tried to follow me home. This story took place about like 2 weeks ago, I would say. So it's fresh in my mind. And this is very interesting, so stay tuned for the rest of the video. I'm doing kind of a mini mukbang. I was planning on doing a mukbang, but I ate all the noodles, so we're just gonna continue without the food. All right, let's get straight into this story time. I'm gonna try my best not to miss any details or anything. During this story time, I did make a few mistakes. Let's just get into it. I ended up giving this man my number. I made a few mistakes, you guys. Don't judge me, I'm young and I'm still learning. That's what I wanted to lay on the table because I know you guys are gonna be in the comments. We live and we learn. So this story took place after school. And this happened around like 2-3 weeks ago. Let me just get straight into it. I'm walking home from school. It's a warm day. It's not too warm, but it's like warmish. You know, it's a little chilly. I'm just setting the setting for you guys so you guys could really feel this story through, you know? So I'm walking home and I'm going to the plaza because I want to get something from the convenience store. But as I'm walking to the plaza, I see this old guy. He's like late 50s, Jamaican. And he stops me and he says that he's looking for directions to go to some next healthcare center for his paperwork. And he has his paperwork in his hand. Mind you, in this situation, like when he approached me, I'm thinking he's a regular 50-year-old guy looking for directions, And he said to me that, oh, you know, he just came from Jamaica and you know, he doesn't know his way around, this and this and that. And I was like, oh, okay. Do you have a phone so you could use your directions? Like, it wasn't do you have a phone so you could use directions? Because like I'm a very bubbly person, and sometimes when it comes to strangers, I need to level it down a little bit. Especially like people that are my age, I can act that way, but when it comes to certain type of strangers, I need to level it down. But anyways, I was like, okay, so, you know, do you have a phone so that you can put in the directions? And he said, yeah. So I'm like, just put it into your GPS, right? So he said he doesn't know how to use his phone. And he looked around 50, so I'm like, okay, I put it in for him. And as I'm putting in the directions for him, my guy said, you're very pretty.
What did he say?
Yeah. Mind you, it was in a creepy voice. Like, it was weird. It was weird. Like, it wasn't oh, you're very pretty. Like, it was even if he said that, it was weird, bro. He just said it in a very creepy voice, and like it was giving me pedophilic behavior. It was giving me pedophilic energy. I told him so much that I should have never said. Like, he was asking me questions as I was putting in the directions. Like, he was like, oh, okay, like, you go to the school here, like, oh, you go to high school? And I'm like, yeah, because I have on my uniform, by the way. Anyways, I'm putting in the directions. He hit me with a, you're very pretty. I was like, thank you. He was like, can I get your number? And I was a little confused, like, why would he want my number? But I was guessing, like, okay, maybe he wanted some directions with the map. So I'm like, you could call if you have directions with the map. Problems with the directions with the map. So whatever, and then I walk away. So I'm thinking this is the end of my interactions with this man. You know, he's gonna find his way and done. He's not gonna need to call me or anything. It gets really interesting when he calls me a week later. Just stay tuned for the rest of the story. So I go to the convenience store. I get what I need to get from the convenience store. I come out the convenience store 3, 4, 5-ish minutes later because there was people in the line, right? He should be long gone by now. I come out the convenience store. I'm on my way to walk home. And tell me why I see somebody coming towards me in a very fast manner. I command you, I couldn't see very well because I didn't have on my glasses. So I'm about to run. And then, so I see it's him, mind you. I thought it was weird, but I didn't think he was that weird yet. You know, which I really should have. But anyways, I was like, oh, I seen someone running towards me. I was about to run. That's why I said to him, right? And he said, oh, please don't run. I was like, mind you, I felt like I didn't feel very like I needed to run actually, because like I was in like a public area. If I were to run, honestly, we'd be running into the neighborhood and that wouldn't have been great. But I was kind of right beside the plaza and it was a public area, so I felt a little bit more safe. He said, please don't run. I was like, oh my god. In my head I'm like, what does he mean, please don't run? So he says, please don't run, and he crosses the road. I'm here on the sidewalk. He crosses the road to come and talk to me. And he said, oh, it seemed like he was, the tone of his voice wasn't giving. He was like trying to make me feel sorry for him or something. He was like, oh, I can't really find the this is how he was talking. I can't really find the directions, you know, I can't really follow the arrow, this and this and that. Like, I'm just gonna go tomorrow. I don't know if he expected me to say that I was gonna walk him to the place, or that, like, what did you want me to do, sir? It wasn't giving. It was giving pedophilic energy. It was giving pedophilic vibes. And why did he ask me for my number? In my head, I thought he was asking me for my number because for the map. But I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, he was not. He was really not. But anyways, so after that, he was like, oh, whatever, whatever. I was like, okay. At this point, my guard's a little bit more up, and I'm done with him. So I was like, okay, well, you do that. Like, you go do that tomorrow. You do that. And I was like, do you not have anyone to help you at home? Like, cause at this point, it wasn't no more, do you not have anyone to help you? It was a, do you not have anyone to help you at home with it? And he's like, yeah, I do. So then I was so confused. Why are you asking people out on the road when you have people at home to help you with the directions? It wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. It just was not giving. And then so I was like, okay, you do that. And now I'm trying to get away from him because at this point, I don't know what he was trying to do with the, oh, I can't find the directions. You are not about to come and do that to me, honey. I don't know who he thought I was. Just because I was being nice to him, I feel like he thought that I was just going to be very much weak-minded throughout the whole of the rest of the thing because I gave him my number and everything. I don't know what he thought I was. But once I peep your red flags, it's done for. I'm here. And I need to get out of I need to get away from this man because he's weird now. So I'm walking across the road. I'm like, okay, you do that. And I have to go this way still to go home, and he's on this sidewalk. So I'm walking this way, and he's following me. He's following me. So now this is when I have to slow down my pace a little bit because the sidewalks are parallel to each other. And the road is right here. I have to slow down my pace a little bit so he's in front of me because I don't need this man following me home. I don't need this man following me home. So I let him walk in front, and until he ended up making a right turn. He's turning, he turned his head back, and he's waving bye to me. I'm like, oh my God. And so then I called my friend on the phone, and I just rushed back home. Lord, I hope he wasn't watching me go home, but if he was really dedicated, he could have watched me and followed me home and, you know, been going. He could have turned right, came around, and, you know, he could have really did that, but I don't think he did. But anyways, this is where I'm like, okay, so my interactions with this man is really over now. I go home, you know, I tell my granddad what happened, like whatever, we're all talking about it. And this is where I'm reflecting, like, why did I give this man my number? So very naive to give him my name and my number. I'm thinking he'll call me by the map. I'm not thinking this guy is a weird pedophile and this and that. We're gonna get into where he ends up calling me a few days later. I said, sir, you could call me if you have questions with the map. He calls me a few days later. Mind you, I told my mom about what happened. Me and my mom were at the gym and somebody's ringing off my phone. My phone's on Do Not Disturb. I'm confused as to who's calling me off, right? Because I keep declining the call. I'm trying to work at the gym. He keeps calling, so I answer and I hear his voice. I hear his voice. I cover the thing and I tell my mom that the man's calling me on WhatsApp. The man's calling me. I give her the phone and my mom was like, hello? Who is this? She was like, oh, it's me. Whatever his name is. I don't remember his name. My mom hit him with a, why are you calling my daughter's phone, this, that, and the third? Mind you, he's 50, bro. My guy said, I'm calling her about a school project. I was like, that confirms it. My guy was on some weird stuff, bro. He was on some weird stuff. Moral of the story, this man was a pedophile and he needs to go. I don't know who he thought I was trying to be a pedophile with me, but it wasn't gonna work, honey. It wasn't gonna work. I will admit I was very wrong for giving him my name and number. Common sense. But what I learned from this was don't give random people, especially random older people, your name or number. That's common sense. I don't know why I did that. And yeah, my mom cussed him out and told him not to call me back again. And that was that. Yeah, that was the end of the little story time for y'all. And if there's anyone young, like any young people watching, don't give random old people your number. Don't do it. Still. I don't know why I did that. And be careful. And don't talk to strangers for real. Like, don't talk to old men out there. Just tell them that you don't know. Say you don't know about their directions and go on about your day because honestly, somebody else could help them. You don't gotta help everybody. That's what I learned from this. That was the end of the little story time. Hopefully y'all enjoyed and hopefully somebody learned something. You know, learn from my mistakes. Don't give random people your number. It's common sense. Don't talk to strangers. Don't be extra nice to strangers. It's not giving. And especially when you're alone, just don't do that. But yeah, that was the end of the little story time. Hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Everything. It's UrbanSy, and we out. Peace.